Shibya, can you play the kartals? Please. Ooh, I should have brought my iPad with me. Anyway. Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Prabhu-Acharya Asto Tadasarashi Śrīmad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Sri Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Grantaraj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Ki Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishwadaya Krishna Stabhula Smari Parijan Prabhu Namane Namo Vishwadaya Krishna Stabhula Smari Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pachari Seshanjivati Paschachati Sitarne Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya So we're reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, the withdrawal of the cosmic manifestation, isn't it? Cosmic creations, withdrawal of the cosmic creations. Text number, chapter 18, text number 2. Is that what we've got there? Sorry? Lord Vamanadev, the dwarf incarnation. Yes. Syama Vadato Jasharaja Kundala Tvishola Sachtri Vandanambuja Puman Srivatsavaksha Balayan Gadola Sat Kirita Kanchi Gunacharunuparaha Syama Vadato Jasaraja Kundala Tvishola Sachtri Vandanambuja Puman Srivatsavaksha Balayan Gadola Sat Kirita Kanchi Gunacharunuparaha Syama Vadato Jasharaja Kundala Tvishola Sachri Vandanambuja Puman Srivatsavaksha Balayang Gadola Sat Kirita Kanchi Gunacharunuparaha Shamavadato Josharaja Kundala Tvishola Satstri Vandanambuja Puman Srivatsavaksha Balayangunulasat Kirita Kanchi Gunacharunu Paraha Shamavadato Josharaja Kundala Tvisola Satstri Vandanam Bhuja Puman Srivatsavaksha Balayangadola Sat Kirita Kanchi Gunacharunu Paraha. Ladies? Shamavadato Josharaja Kundala Tvishol Shri Vandanambuja Puman Srivatsavaksha Balayangadola Sat Kirita Kanchi Gunacharu Shama Avadataha, whose body is blackish and free from inebriety. Jasharaja Kundala, of the two earrings made in the shape of sharks. Tvisha, by the luster. Ulasat, dazzling. Srivadana Ambuja, having a beautiful lotus face. Puman, the Supreme Person. Srivatsavakshaha, with the mark of Srivatsa on his bosom. Balaya, bracelets, Angada, armbands, Ulasat, dazzling, Kirita, helmet, Kanchi, belt, Guna, sacred thread, Charu, beautiful, Nupuraha, ankle bells. The body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, blackish in complexion, was free from all inebrities. His lotus face, decorated with earrings resembling sharks, appeared very beautiful, and on his bosom was the mark of Srivatsa. He wore bangles on his wrists, armlets on his arms, a helmet on his head, a belt on his waist, a sacred thread across his chest, and ankle bells decorating his lotus feet. Text 3. Madhu Brata Prata Vigushtaya Svaya Virajita Sri Vanamalaya Hari Prajapate Vishma Tama Virochisha Vinasayan Kantani Vishta Kostubaha. An uncommonly beautiful garland of flowers decorated his bosom, and because the flowers were extremely fragrant, a large group of bees, making their natural humming sounds, invaded them for honey. When the Lord appeared, wearing the Kaustuba gem on his neck, his effulgence vanquished the darkness in the home of the Prajapati Kasyapa. Text 4. Disha prasedu salila sayastada praja prahrishta ritavo gunanvitaha jorantariksham chitiragni jiva gavo dvija sanja harishu nagascha. At that time there was happiness in all directions. in the reservoirs of water, like the rivers and oceans, and in the core of everyone's heart. I thought I made this quiet. There we go. At that time there was happiness in all directions, in the reservoirs of water like the rivers and oceans, and in the core of everyone's heart. The various seasons displayed their respective qualities, and all living entities in the upper planetary systems, in outer space and on the surface of the earth were jubilant. The demigods, the cows, the brahmanas, and the hills and mountains were all filled with joy. Text number 5. Shranayam Shravanadva Dasyam Muhurte Bijiti Prabhu Sarve Nakshatra Taradyas Chakrus Tajjanma Dakshinam. On the day of Shravana Dwadasi, the 12th day of the bright fortnight in the month of Bhadra, when the moon came into the lunar mansion Shravana at the auspicious moment of Abhijit, the Lord appeared in this universe. Considering the Lord's appearance, very auspicious, all the stars and planets from the sun to Saturn were munificently charitable. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, an expert astrologer, explains the word nakshatra taradyaha. The word nakshatra means the stars. The word tara in this context refers to the planets, and adyaha means the first one specifically mentioned. Among the planets, the first is Surya, the sun, not the moon. Therefore, according to the Vedic version, the modern astronomer's proposition that the moon is nearest to the earth should not be accepted. The chronological order in which people all over the world refer to the days of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, corresponds to the Vedic order of the planets and thus circumstantiates the Vedic version. Apart from this, when the Lord appeared, the planets and stars became situated very auspiciously, according to astrological calculations, to celebrate the birth of the Lord. I think we'll keep going, huh? Dvadasyam savita tishtan madhyandina gato nipa vijaya namasa prokta yasyam janma vidurare. O King, when the Lord appeared on Dwadasi, the 12th day of the moon, the sun was at the meridian. As every learned scholar knows, this Dwadasi is called Vijaya. What date? Anybody know? When's Vamana Dev's appearance day? Usually. What month? Anybody know? September. Oh. Sanka Dundubayo Nedur Midanga Panavanakaha Chitravaditra Turyanam Nirgoshashtumalo Bhavat. Conch shells, kettle drums, panavas and arnicas vibrated in concert. The sound of these and various other instruments was tumultuous. Tumalo. Interesting. The Sanskrit word is very similar to the English. Right? Pritas chapsaraso nrityan kandava pravarajagu tuštuvur munayo deva manava pitarognayaha. Being very pleased, the celestial dancing girls, apsaras, danced in jubilation. The best of the Gandharvas sang songs, and the great sages, demigods, manus, pitas, and fire gods offered prayers to satisfy the Lord. Shita vidyadhara ganaha sakim purush gunaraha charana yaksharakshamsi supana bhajay gotamaha gayanto ti prasamsanto nrityanto vibudhanugaha aditya ashrama padam kusumai samavakiran. The siddhas, Vidyadharas, Kimpurushas, Kinnaras, Charanas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Supanas, the best of the serpents, are the followers of the demigods, all showered flowers on Aditi's residence, covering the entire house, while glorifying and praising the Lord and dancing. Gayanta ati prasamsantaha nrityantaha. When Aditi, Dristvatitastam nijagabasambhavam padam pumamsam buddhamapavismita grihita deham nija yoga mayaya prajapatischaha jayeti vishmitaha. When Aditi saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had appeared from her own womb, having accepted a transcendental body by his own spiritual potency, she was struck with wonder and was very happy. Upon seeing the child, Prajapati Kashyapa exclaimed, Jaya, Jaya, in great happiness and wonder. Yatadvapu bhati vibhushana yudar avyakta chidvyaktam adaraya darahi babhuvate naiva savamanovatu sampasyato divyagati yatanataha. The Lord appeared in his original form, with ornaments and weapons in his hands. Although this ever-existing form is not visible in the material world, he nonetheless appeared in this form. Then, in the presence of his father and mother, he assumed the form of Vamana, a Brahmana dwarf, a brahmachari, just like a theatrical actor. Purport. The word nataha is significant. An actor changes dress to play different parts, but is always the same man. Similarly, as described in the Brahma Samhita, (533 and 39), the Lord assumes many thousands and millions of forms. Advaita Machuta Manadir Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham. He is always present with innumerable incarnations. Ramadi Mutishu Kalaniya Mena Tishtan Nanvataram Akarod Bhuvaneshu Kuntu. Nonetheless, although he appears in various incarnations, they are not different from one another. He is the same person with the same potency, the same eternity, and the same spiritual existence. But he can simultaneously assume various forms. Try doing that. When Vamanadeva appeared from the womb of his mother, he appeared in the form of Narayan, with 4 hands, equipped with the necessary symbolic weapons, and then immediately transformed himself into a brahmachari, Vatu. This means that his body is not material. One who thinks that the Supreme Lord assumes a material body is not intelligent. He has to learn more about the Lord's position, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, text 9. Jammakama chame divyam yo me evam yo veti tattvataha. One has to understand the transcendental appearance of the Lord in his original transcendental body, Sachit Ananda Vigraha. Okay. So that's up to text 12. Tomorrow's text 13. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kada Mahiyam Tadati Svapadantikam Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Lord Vishnu has appeared in order to fulfill the wishes or the desires of Aditi and Kashyapa Muni. Although that's not his only purpose, but in this sequence of events, or in this at this point, in this pastime, he's appeared from the womb of Aditi. Which is interesting, because ordinarily those who take birth in the material world are constrained and bound by the influence, well, by their karma, right? Their activities, previous activities, and by their desire. By their desire. And usually it's a struggle for existence. Taking birth in the material world is not much fun. Right? It's so traumatizing we forget it. Right? A source of pain, of suffering, of confusion. When we take birth, we don't hear the praises of the demigods heralding our auspicious appearance. It'll be our parents more than anybody, right? Telling us what a good fellow we are. And our grandparents. But here, a unique situation in the appearance of Lord Vamanadev. By his appearance, everybody in the whole universe is happy. Right? And the Lord himself is also happy, is mentioned here. Anandam, full of bliss. He's Satchit Ananda. Appears in an eternal form, full of knowledge and full of bliss. And usually when a child is born, what are they doing? What do children do when they're born? Eh? Cry. Yeah, and they keep crying too. So, the important point to understand is that when Krishna appears, he does so free from the influence of the material energy. He himself is independent, mentioned many times in the prayers offered to the Lord. You're independent. So what it appears, when somebody takes birth, they're constrained by the womb of the mother. And it's not pleasant. It's a place of suffering. But in order to fulfill the desires of the devotees, the Lord agrees to accept the apparent constraints provided by their appearance, or his appearance, in the womb of, we've got here, Aditi, previously Prishni, and in the prayers he's mentioned Prishni Garbha, right? And a canto away is whose birth? Who's next? Well, actually, there's Ramchandra, there's a few. But importantly, in the 10th canto, who? Krishna. Yeah. And when he appears, how does he appear? In the form of Vishnu first. Right? In the form of Vishnu first. Which is a little confusing for people because there's a misunderstanding that Lord Vishnu is the source of everybody. Right? What's going on? We tell everybody Krishna is the source. Right? Govinda Maripurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Right? But in the Bhagavatam it's also described that Vishnu is the source of all incarnations. And he is. Right? He is. Except for Krishna. And of course, Chiradakasaya Vishnu, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, Karanadakasaya Vishnu are all expansions of who? Who are they expansions of? After Krishna. Huh? Vishnu? Yes. Which form of Vishnu? Huh? Before Mahavishnu. Sankarshan. Yes, Sankarshan. Lord Balaram. Right? No wonder people get confused. Right? Because, yes, all of the incarnations of the Lord are expansions of Lord Vishnu. Yes, that's true. But of course, before Vishnu is Sankarshan and before Sankarshan is Krishna. Right? And devotees understand that. But when Krishna appears, he doesn't appear as an expansion of Lord Vishnu like the other Vishnu incarnations, but he appears himself. Ite chamsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This is the described as the Paribhasa Sutra of the Bhagavatam. And this is what the Bhagavatam teaches us. That ultimately, if we go back to the source, it's Krishna. Right? But in order to demonstrate his superior position, he appears first in the form of Vishnu, 4 arms, and with all of the decorations. And, you know, when we're born, it's not pretty, right? But when the Lord appears, he appears with weapons, with paraphernalia, with bracelets, with armbands, with garlands, with all decorations of great beauty and attractive attraction, right? Which is what we've just been. And so one should not think that even though Vamanadeva has taken birth from the womb of his mother, that it's a materialistic birth, like the rest of us. But this is a very, very, very special manifestation of the Lord, transcendental to the laws of material nature. And so Prabhupada says here in the purport, important word. What was the important? Hands up if you know what the important word is that Prabhupada mentions in the purport. Hands up, hands up. Hands up means shh. We want to see who knows. Nobody knows. Yeah, why didn't you put your hand up? And what does Nataha mean? What does it mean? Sibya? Yeah. Yes. Swami. No, that's Natha. N-A-T-H-A. This is Nata. N-A-T-A. What? Relation? No. Actor. Prabhupada says it right in the beginning. The word Nataha is significant. And if you look at the word for word, it's the last word in the verse. Right? A theatrical actor. Right? So what does Prabhupada say? Very interesting. An actor changes dress to play different parts or roles, but is always the same man. Right? A very famous Shakespearean actor. Lawrence, well, he was knighted because of his acting skills. Sir Laurence Olivier. And he was a famous Shakespearean actor. So, one day this personality, next day another. Othello, Macbeth. He played the lead roles, right? But in each of the roles that he played, and why he was such a respected actor, was because he faithfully manifested and personified the character of the person in the role that he was playing. Right? So, depending on the drama, a different person, right? A different character. But still the same person, right? If Laurence Olivier was performing, then the crowds would flock to get tickets to see his performance. He was such a convincing actor. So that when he appeared as Macbeth, then he's fully that character. If he appears as Othello, then he's fully that character, and other characters, because Shakespeare is such a prolific playwright. So similarly also, Krishna appears, who is he as Prishni Garbha? What's his name? This is not a very difficult question. Who is Prishni Garbha? The son of Prishni. Who's that? Huh? Hare. They're all, everybody's Hare. Hare Krishna. Yep. Prishni Garbha. Who's Prishni's? I can't even remember myself. Okay. Here, the son of Aditi is who? Vamanadev. The son of Yashoda is who? Krishna. And Devaki. Krishna, right? So, even though they're different persons, right? Still, they're all originally Krishna or originally Vishnu. And so each time they appear, what do they display? How do we know that they're Lord Vishnu? How do we know? What do we see? All the marks, yeah, the Kaustuba gem, the garland, the conch, shank, gada, what else? Chakra, right? Chakra. Helmet, yeah. Kirita. So these are the markings or the ornaments that distinguish or differentiate Lord Vishnu from everybody else, effectively. So, even though they appear as, Krishna appears as different persons, and we see that here. Immediately he transformed from Vishnu to Vamanadev as a dwarf. Although, you know, in one sense that's his sense of humour. Because when he seeks 3 steps of land from Bali Maharaj, Bali Maharaj says, you know, you can ask for more than that. You're just a short little fellow. How big are your steps? Right? But then when he took the 3 steps, he'd taken up the whole, 2 steps, taken up the whole universe. So even though he appears as a dwarf, he's still the supreme, unlimitedly all-powerful Supreme Person. Right? So when the Lord appears, he shows his Vishnu form to confirm that he's the same person. Right? And then transforms into the form that's appropriate for the Leela or the pastime that's about to be displayed. Right? So, looks different, but is actually the same person. But takes on the mood, the role as appropriate for the pastime. And very often the role within that pastime is determined by the mood of the devotee who's prayed for his appearance. Right? So that has an impact on how he manifests his pastimes. So, could somebody look up who's Prishni Gaba? Yes, we know that. But who was he? That we know. But who was he? What was his other name? Did he have another name? Maybe he doesn't. Ask Google. Okay, so I think we're supposed to finish at 8:30, aren't we? So we can go on Sankirtan. Right? Now the other point, really important point, is that people with a materialistic mentality have difficulty understanding the transcendental qualities and characteristics of God, because they see that he's born in a way that's concomitant or similar to the appearance of ordinary persons. They're not able to appreciate the transcendental characteristics and qualities. What's the answer? No answer? It's just known as Prishni Gaba, that's it. Did you work it out? No. I'll look it up. It's described in the Bhagavatam, isn't it? Let's see what happens. That's his name. Yeah, that's his name. No, that was his father's name. Sutapa is his father's name. Yep, okay. You can be forgiven for not knowing his name because that is his name. Krishnagarbha. And it's mentioned in the Bhagavatam. In Krishna's appearance, right? It's mentioned. So, the devotees understanding the transcendental and this divyam, transcendental quality of Krishna. Even we see the deity in the form of stone or in the form of metal or in the form of wood. But when we see Krishna, we don't think, oh, just a lump of wood. We see in the Archa avatar, right, or the Archa Vigraha, we see Krishna. Right? Okay, we know that the form of the Lord is manifest in apparently material elements, but we don't see the material elements, we see the person. Right? We see the person. And not limited to material elements, but the transcendental person. This is why the Prabhupada refers to the deity as the Archa avatar, or the Archa Vigraha, as an incarnation of the Lord. And the devotees, because the devotees have transcendental vision, they see the personal form of the Lord. So similarly also, even though Vamanadev, or Lord Vishnu, has appeared in the form of a dwarf Brahmana, the devotees see the transcendental Supreme Personality of Godhead, who's appearing in order to fulfill the desires of the devotees, right? Pavitranaya sadhunam vinasaya chaduskritam. So Krishna, when he appears, he does so for a purpose. And when he appears, even though it might seem as if he's limited by the form that he's accepted, he's not. He always remains the Supreme Personality, the Supreme Person, the Adi Purusham, right? And so is worshipped by the devotees in that form, or in those forms, as the Supreme. And for those who understand the transcendental nature of the Lord, in that he's the same person, right, like an actor, nata, right, like an actor, but assuming the role or the part that he has to play according to the context or according to the lila, right? According to the lila. And that's very often to fulfill a purpose, for in Krishna's situation, to externally, or one reason, to protect Bhumi, right? The planet Earth. In this case, to please Aditis, well, become the son of Aditi in order to have Bali Maharaj surrender, and then Bali Maharaj surrenders everything to the Lord, and then the Lord gives it to the demigods. Right? And that was Aditi's desire. So those, and Prabhupada quotes in the purport, those who understand the transcendental nature of the Lord's appearance, Divyam, don't take birth again in the material world. The devotees, understanding the Lord and His superior position and His transcendental nature, also become transcendental by serving Radha Vallabha, serving Gaunitai, serving Jagannath Balaram Subhadra, or even serving Lord Vamanadev, as we are doing now, just simply by hearing of his pastimes, and the pastimes of Kashyapa and Aditi, and the pastime of, which is what we're going to be meditating on for the next few weeks, the pastimes of Vamanadev and Bali Maharaj. Okay, I'll finish here. Does anybody have any comments or questions? Thoughts? Robert?
Like that, is that related to Bhagavatam? In the early cantos, you hear all about Krishna's big, powerful warrior who defeats everything, and having established his position as a big warrior like Mahavishnu.
Yeah, yes.
He reveals his original, so then in the 10th canto, he reveals his original form as sweet Krishna, the cowherd boy, the
yes.
loving form.
Yes, that's right. The ultimate conclusion is ete champsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, right? But the interesting characteristic of Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes is the degree of intimacy that's shared and exchanged between Krishna and the residents of Vrindavan, right? Where they're his servants, his friends, his parents, right? And in the case of the gopis, his lovers, right? And so in those relationships, they're completely devoid of any mood of reverence or supremacy, right? That he's the supreme. Such that we see Mother Yasoda chases him with a stick, right? And ties him up. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, completely Ajita, unconquerable, but yet his mother frightens him right? And makes him cry, like all mums do, right? Your mum makes you cry, basically because you're naughty. So Krishna's naughty too. And so that's why the Bhagavatam is very revealing in the way that it presents the various avatars, right? But with a variety or degrees of intimacy, right? And so the Bhagavatam reveals ultimately in the 10th canto, here's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but look at how he deals with his most intimate devotees. He becomes subservient to them. Even as the warrior, right, and this is precipitated in one sense, or illustrated Krishna becomes subservient to Arjuna, right? His great devotee. So the interesting, or one of the interesting conclusions of the Bhagavatam is that, and supports what's said in the Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam. Krishna appears to fulfill the desires of his devotees, pure devotees, right? And even in this pastime, Krishna appears to satisfy the desires of even his not pure devotees. Interestingly, right? Aditi, as Prabhupada's mentioned, and as the story reveals, Aditi wanted revenge. Right? She wanted to see the wives of the demons suffer. You made me suffer, now you have to suffer. Not exactly pure devotional service. Yet, because she's such a dedicated devotee, the Lord appears to be her son. Whoa. Yeah. So, Bhagavatam is very, very deep in its exploration of these themes. But you're right. We see the Lord in his supremacy, but finally in the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam, we see the Supreme Lord in his dependency, one sense. Yet, he always remains the Supreme Transcendent. Huh? Not easy to understand these apparently contradictory characteristics in the same person. Right? Just like Sibya's mum and dad appreciate her good qualities, right? But they're fully familiar with her other side, which is not a problem. But you know, we're familiar with all of the aspects of a person's character. That's how we know someone. Although Prabhupada does say, well, maybe Prabhupada doesn't say this, is a quote that I've heard recently, you know somebody until you don't, right? Anything else?
The Vishnu's incarnation as Vamanadeva as dwarf form, what it signifies?
What does it signify? Stick around, and you'll find out. All will be revealed in this chapter.
No, in dwarf form.
Like I said, his sense of humour. Right? When the Lord comes before Bali Maharaj, and he requests from Bali Maharaj 3 steps of land. And Bali Maharaj says, I'm the controller of the whole universe, and you know, how much space are you going to take up with 3 steps? And you're a dwarf. Although he doesn't say that, but that's implied, right? But then, with 2 steps, he's taken up the whole universe. And then he says to Bali Maharaj, you promised me 3 steps, I've taken everything, where do you want me to put my 3rd step? And what does Bali Maharaj say? Huh? Put it on my head, because he's a devotee. So, it demonstrates his sense of humour, it demonstrates that even though, and this is a common theme, we saw it with Putana. Krishna appeared as a little baby, right? But when Putana put Krishna to her breast, he sucked out her life air, killed her, instantly pretty much. So, even though the Lord appears in a diminutive form, right, as a dwarf or as a little baby, he still remains all-powerful. Yeah. One element. Make sense? Yeah. And there's more. There's more to it. And that's why the Bhagavatam has this pastime, so that we can appreciate all of these different qualities and characteristics of Krishna ultimately. Okay. Anything else, Subhya?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, we hear in lectures that once we are freed of our anarthas and material desires, Krishna will come and give his darshan to us. But we see in the pastimes like this pastime, Aditi wasn't completely freed of her material desires, and still the Lord came to give her darshan.
Okay.
And even in the case of Dhruva Maharaj, he wanted a kingdom greater than his grandfather,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
still Vishnu came.
Yes. So, is it true that Krishna appears to only pure devotees? What's the answer? Huh? Well, you just said. So what's the answer? Krishna only appears to a pure devotee? No. Why does Krishna appear in the form of the holy name?
To purify us.
Yeah. So Krishna will especially reciprocate with a pure devotee, right? But he's concerned about everybody, because ultimately everybody can become a pure devotee. It's not limited, right? And the purpose of Mahaprabhu is to appear for the most fallen, right? Kalaya dosha nidhe rajan. Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. But it has one good quality, in that one can be elevated from a very base level of existence to the topmost platform of devotional service by chanting Hare Krishna. It's as simple as that. So, Lord Chaitanya asked Haridas, how will the rocks and the trees, the living entities who have taken birth in very low forms, how will they be benefited? Right? How can we live? So it wasn't that Lord Chaitanya was thinking, oh, how are we going to save all of the human beings? He wasn't thinking like that. He was thinking, how can we elevate all of the living entities, even those who have taken birth as rocks or trees, right? So what was the answer? What was Haridas Thakur's answer? Loud chanting. And the echo of the holy name from the bodies of the rocks and the trees will benefit them as if they're chanting. Right? The echo of the holy name is beneficial to even the non-moving living entities. Right? So, we tend to think, oh, I'm in the human form of life. How good am I? Right? Whereas Lord Chaitanya is thinking more broadly, let's elevate everyone. And even in Kali Yuga, those who have taken birth as humans, they're behaving worse than animals anyway, right? When you think about it. There's that sign, on the corner of Canterbury Road, Ferrars and Kerford, where we've got Canterbury, Ferrars, Albert Road, Kerford Road, right? And there's a sign on the left-hand side there. And at the moment, it's promoting unmentionables, right? Bacon, Hare Krishna, which is, pigs. Which is, it's Christmas time, right? So you eat all sorts of unmentionable things. Well, no, we don't. But people don't even see we look at it, we go, oh, God, how disgusting, right? But these people see no fault, such that they're paying tens of thousands of dollars to promote this disgusting picture for Christmas, right? And Christmas is supposed to be a holy occasion, right? It's like, what's going on here? This is nuts, right? But people don't know that. They don't know it. It's a place of ignorance, right? So Krishna has special connection with the pure devotees, yes, but he's still concerned about everybody else. Right? The pure devotees, the not so pure devotees, and even those who are fully asuric. So, and just like Krishna, Radhabala, Gaudiyataya, Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra, even Srila Prabhupada, are here for everyone, effectively. Even they're not pure devotees necessarily. But they come to Krishna and offer prayers and petition, you're the Supreme Lord and Master, here's my $2. Right? Give me 2 million or whatever. Let my son pass his VCE with 99.8. What is it? What's the top score?
9.
So he can become a doctor or whatever.
99.9.
What is it?
99.9.
I think it's 99.925. That's the top score you can get in VCE. What are you aiming for, Sibya? Yeah, don't worry about it. Be a devotee. Be a devotee first, everything else will get looked after. I never got 90 anything. But basically because I didn't study. So yes, Krishna does appear for the pure devotees, but he also appears for those of us who are not so pure devotees, right? Have you ever had the feeling that Krishna is looking after you?
Yes.
Yeah. We can't say we're great pure devotees, right? Or maybe you can, but speaking for myself. So, but after rendering service, we feel as if we have a special connection with Krishna. Yeah. So that's the beauty of bhakti. Right? It's accessible for everyone, and it is for everyone. Right? And we have to be careful not to think, oh, I'm a great devotee because I'm a devotee. I'm a devotee and so therefore I'm perfect. Interestingly, we need to be thinking, I'm a devotee, but only because of Krishna's mercy, only because of the mercy of the devotees. Otherwise, I'm not a devotee. That's a mood of I was talking to a devotee the other day, asking him how he was going, and he said, I just don't have a taste for chanting Hare Krishna. I said, that's the mood of an advanced devotee. That's very good. Okay, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhaktivedanta ki jai. Nice questions. Vamana Dev ki jai, Bali Maharaj ki jai. And Bali Maharaj is the king of the demons. Hare Krishna. Actually, it's interesting, isn't it? Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj are prominent demons, but they're also the topmost devotees.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavanstam Śrīrūpaṃ Cakrajātaṃ Sahagana Raghunathanitaṃ Tvaṃ Sadīvaṃ Śādaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitanscha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati Gaur Bhaktivedanta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati Gaur Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
तीरा बनचारी यमुना तीरा बनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय उस्मात् परं सपरिताजगताज सत्संग की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नवाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Dasamati Nandana Brajabara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Yamati Nandana Brajabara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Dasamati Nandana Brajabara